Hi, my name's Paul Nyman and I've been working in recruitment for the last 20 years or so. During that period of time I've worked in corporate global organisations as an internal recruiter, where I gained a huge amount of knowledge about how people are assessed, but also training managers in interview techniques. I've also worked running my own recruitment company, where I've been interviewing and assessing individuals for the last 20 or so years, interviewing over 25,000 people. And I'm going to share that knowledge and that experience in this short clip around how to be successful at interviews using the STAR technique. First of all, let's explain why the STAR technique and its use is really important for you to understand how to be successful with it. STAR, which stands for situation, task, action and result, and there are a couple of other contexts of that which are used as well, but STAR is used by large organisations predominantly to go through a structured question process during the course of an interview. The answers to those questions will elicit certain behaviours and certain responses that are expected from the successful candidates. And those responses can be assessed by line managers who have relatively little interviewing experience to score the candidate in front of them. Therefore, the response that you give to the question that an interviewer asks will be scored at the end of an interview. It can range 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whichever. The scale is not important. The success that you create from the answer you give is. And therefore, what I'm now going to do is go through how to be successful with the STAR technique and for you to secure the biggest score you can. Just a small amendment there. In smaller organisations, STAR is less actively used and it's more often a conversational discussion. But from that, certain behaviours and issues will be elicited during the course of the conversation and the interview. So, before we get into the full STAR, there are two types of interviews, two types of questions which can be asked. There's a technical question and there's a behavioural question. The technical question is often related to the capability of you to do the job. Can you give me an example of how you measured a room? The behavioural question will be, can you give me an example of how you measured a room when it was full of people who were blocking the way and you couldn't get from one side of the wall to the other? So the technical question will be, can you use a ruler? The behavioural question will be how you interact with people. So with those in mind, be aware that sometimes questions can cover both technical and behavioural answers. The STAR technique, situation, task, action and result, is an opportunity for you to show what you do in a certain set of circumstances. What I would suggest is, in the answer to any question, use STAR to answer the question within 60 to 90 seconds. If you need to expand on that question, the interviewer should ask you a further question to delve deeper into your experience. But do not go on beyond 90 seconds because the interviewer will lose interest. So let's break down STAR. STAR, situation, task, action and result. The situation and the task is the situation that you find yourself in and what you're tasked with doing. The action that you undertake could incorporate a number and range of activities, but the result is probably the most important part of that. Situation, task and action are probably about 25% of the explanation in your answer. Result will give all the information that the interviewer, who you are speaking with, or interviewers that you're speaking to, will be looking to elicit to understand your ability to undertake the role. So for you, a really simple example, I've got really cold hands and I need to get a glove on. The situation is it's really cold outside. And if I don't put a glove on, I'm going to get hypothermia. So my task was to go to the glove box. In there, my action was to identify a glove which is going to keep me warm, fit my hand and be easy to put on whilst being outside in the cold. The result was I put the glove on, It fits perfectly, and my hands warmed up immediately, preventing me from getting hypothermia and enabling me to turn the video off at the end of this clip. The consequence is that many people were able to benefit from my knowledge because my hand didn't drop off. Boom. There's the answer. So situation, task, action and result is a way of you showing your behaviours, your understanding of a situation, and how you enable pieces to move forward in the course of that solution. So as a quick recap, STAR is situation, task, action and result. The use of that should be provided with a 60 to 90 second period. The overview of that should leave the interviewer with the opportunity to understand the actions that you undertook in order to create a solution. Those actions and those results will create an interviewer to ask further questions and further understand more about you, either technically or from a behavioural perspective in terms of what you can do. I will be posting a further video, which you'll be able to get on the channel here, about how internal interviewers use the STAR technique to understand you and the answers that you give during the course of an interview. So check it out, download it, give it a like, share with others if they need it, and I trust this has been helpful. As ever, any questions, direct message me and I'll catch up with you soon.